Then at one point he literally tries to take his pants off. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
This is supposed to be a response to my video. Those who follow Soggy Son, I have question. Do you honestly think this guy makes good arguments, taking his pants off, and behaving like an animal? This is supposed to be the enlightening atheist apologetics?
Islamic Defense made a new video response to my videos. It's becoming dull. I apologize to my viewers for that. We are going around the same arguments. Be that so, because Islamic Defense cannot accept him being defeated.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back again everyone to Soggy Slapping Simulator, where I slap Soggy or Socrates' son every time he makes a video on me. At this point I'm actually feeling bad for the guy. So Soggy or Socrates' son made another garbage 30 minutes video on me. I already know what he will probably say. Either way, let's see what he says.
I need to lay down the arguments like this because otherwise they don't get it. Islamic Defense asked, how do I know that when the royal institution says theories in the everyday sense of the word, they don't mean theories with sound argument? Do I read their minds? Firstly, I don't have to read their minds because they said so in their video, and I quote, theory in general conversation can mean a guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure. And secondly, because the contrast between a scientific theory and a theory in the everyday sense of the word, to have meaning, the royal institution cannot possibly include in their theories in the everyday sense of the word true premises that imply science.
Here he is committing the ambiguity fallacy. He is taking a very ambiguous statement that can mean a number of things and only interpreting it to mean what he wants. Royal institution saying theories in everyday life can mean a guess, hunch or something not sure is an extremely vague statement. What the hell does it even mean? I mean, anything can be based on a guess or a hunch. One could argue that even science itself is based on a guess or a hunch.
Even science itself can be based on a guess or a hunch. You see here what the sophist is doing. He's blurring definitions, pretending ambiguity, and then he plays dumb. The royal institution said something plainly that any average person can understand. Let's see what the royal institution said.
Because the word theory doesn't mean quite the same thing in the world of science as it does when used in general conversation, where it can mean a guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure.
According to Islamic Defense, when the royal institution says a guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure, what they might mean is a theory with true premises. Islamic Defense, carried away from the ambiguity of the Quran and Islamic apologetics, think that in the real world, words can also have the opposite meaning. Like, for example, when the Quran says, kill them wherever you find them, but what it actually means is hug them and give them a kiss. The same way now, when the royal institution says, guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure, what it actually might mean is theories with true premises. My friend, this happened only in the opposite world of Islam, not in the real world, Islamic Defense.
So it's completely unclear what they mean here. Also, if they wanted to say theories, not based on a sound argument, they would have clearly said that. Jim Al-Khalili studied philosophy, he is not an idiot like you, Soggy. So if he meant theories, not based on a sound argument, he would have clearly said it. I mean, you would think something like the Royal Institute, which is considered a pillar in the intellectual establishment, would be able to make a 6-minute YouTube video with clear language. So no, they don't make a clear contrast between theory, based on sound argument, and theories not based on sound argument.
No, they are making a contrast of a scientific theory with a theory in the everyday sense of the word, and then clearly define what they mean with a theory in the everyday sense of the word. That was their purpose. Their video didn't have a purpose to contrast a theory based on a sound argument and a theory not based on a sound argument. That was your purpose. Therefore, you again admitted you did a straw man. You again admitted. So you are responding to me, guys, I'm not paying this guy. He is real. This guy is real. I'm not paying him. Because people might see the robotic voice and think that I am making the responses. This guy is actually real. Okay. Then you said the Royal Institution is a pillar of knowledge and science and all this kind of stuff. In case you are confused, I am in favor of the Royal Institution. You are the one who claims that the Royal Institution made silly mistakes. Anyway, please continue.
Then in the second point he uses a false premise and a false definitions of a scientific theory. I'll discuss it later inshallah. So he accuses me of strawmanning Royal Institution, then claims something the Royal Institution never said. Royal Institution in their video brings up the example of different type of weak conspiracy theories. However, we all know that even conspiracy theories can be based on sound argument and can end up being true.
But what is true, and I'm actually being serious here, is that there's footage and records of objects in the skies that we don't know exactly what they are. We can't explain how they moved, their trajectory. They did not have an easily explainable pattern.
So here we see clearly that even conspiracy theories can be based on sound argument and evidence, and they cannot always be ignored, especially if they have strong evidence and a sound argument backing them.
But that's, again, a straw man. The Royal Institution never claimed science the only route for truth. They said scientific theories, because they have gone through the scientific process that demands very high standards of evidence and reason, that is exhaustingly peer-reviewed and tested, are not the same with theories in the everyday sense of the word. When a friend of yours comes, Islamic Defense, and tells you, I have a theory of how you can make more YouTube subscribers, let's say, that doesn't mean he invented the theory of special relativity. He usually means he's got a hunch or a guess of how you can get more subscribers. And that is what the Royal Institution expressed clearly with black and white words. Now, you thought they said something in the sense of science is the only route for truth. And therefore you did a strawman.
Here we go again with strawmanning. Again, where did I say that Royal Institution said that science is the only way to truth? My point was that you claimed, when they say theory in everyday sense of the word, they mean theories not based on sound arguments. I asked for evidence. You provided one vague statement that proves nothing. I'm then showing why I thought they meant theories also, based on sound argument. It's because they use the examples of conspiracy theories.
The Royal Institution made a video to clear out the difference of scientific theories with theories in the everyday sense of the word, that are usually referring to a guess or a hunch and not necessarily rigorous scientific investigation. What they meant is clear to everyone with a non-biased mind. You, carried away from the sophistry and the nonsense of Islamic apologists like Hamza Georges and Ahmed Sobur, thought that was scientism, an overstatement of science in the expense of religion. In other words, Islamic Defense, you trusted to the nonsense of Muslim apologies and you humiliated yourself.
Then at one point he literally tries to take his pants off. I'm not kidding.
Oh, okay.
This is supposed to be a response to my video. Those who follow Soggy son, I have question. Do you honestly think this guy makes good arguments, taking his pants off, and behaving like an animal? This is supposed to be the enlightening atheist apologetics? If you think so, then by all means go and watch his videos. If you don't, then please by all means find better atheist apologetics. There are many good ones out there. As for Soggy, this is your 10th video against me, and you still can't refute my argument. All you did is a strawman of Royal Institution. So my question stands, where did Royal Institution said that when they say theory in everyday sense of the word they mean theories without true premises?
It's not entirely their fault. It's because the word theory doesn't mean quite the same thing in the world of science as it does when used in general conversation, where it can mean a guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure.
where it can mean a guess or a hunch or something that isn't quite known for sure. Tell me now if any sane person reads this and understands where it can mean an argument with true premises. Seriously, my friend. Are you serious, my friend? Islamic defense, you don't know the history. The royal institution is responding to young earth creationists who used to say that because it's the theory of evolution, that means evolution is not science. It's a guess or a hunch. Yet theories in science represent the highest state of knowledge, like the theory of special relativity or quantum theory. So it's not a mystery. We know what the royal institution means. Now, because you are young, you missed the debate of atheists against young earth creationists. Instead, you are familiar with the scientism debate Muslims like Hamza Georges and Ahmed Sobur are promoting. So, you misapply your current mindset to a different discussion. Therefore, you did a straw man. It's not your fault. You are simply too young to relate to the mindset of the royal institution. Also, you don't need to feel sad if you lose an argument with me. I am in this debate for 12 years, every day, my friend. I'm very good in this. Nobody wins arguments with me. In fact, you did very well.
If you cannot show me, then you lost the debate. That means I did not strawman them. So go ahead and make more videos against me, and I promise inshallah I will slap you intellectually every single time like the trash you are. Like I said, better luck next time.
Okay, challenge accepted. I will go to your channel and I will find videos and I will attack your argument so you can expose me. This guy thinks he's threatening me. My friend, that's my heaven. A tear came out just now. A tear fell from my eye in the ground and a flower. And a flower. It was so strange. But because this guy, if I stop the video here, there are some other points that I didn't address. And he might have the delusion that he won them. Let's address them.
Also, the theory of relativity is not certain, so how does that prove that scientific theories are different than other logical theories, based on sound argument?
Yeah, but when you say logic and you include true premises, you included science in logic, and therefore accepted the importance of science to truth.
Wow, what a logic. If something has true premises, then that's now a scientific theory? Really? Okay, let's test his definition of scientific theory. Let's make a sound argument. P1. There are many ancient pyramids in Egypt. Conclusion. Therefore someone in the past built them. According to Soggy, this is now a scientific theory.
There are many ways to truth. Science, because it includes a rigorous investigation of the facts of reality and therefore establishes true premises, is the most reliable way to truth. Then is logic, then intuition, then is things like luck, and in the opposite side, religion. Is religion the most unreliable way to truth and the most reliable way to falsehood? Okay, so we have science that atheism promotes, and we have the religion and dogma that you promote. The most unreliable way to truth. The fact that we have bad science doesn't negate the statement I just made. And certainly the fact that there is bad science doesn't negate the royal institution's statement that scientific theories are more reliable than theories in the everyday sense of the word. Simple. There isn't anything else to be said on this. Okay, so in your example of the pyramids, what science will do? We will go and check whether the premises that we have a lot of pyramids is true. We'll go to Egypt and see the pyramids. That is what science will do. But in any case, I never said that science is the only way to truth. When did I say that? I said that because science investigates true premises, that means that it's a reliable mean to truth.
This historical theory is now science. Then according to him everything is science history, sociology, philosophy, it's all scientific theories now according to this guy. I mean seriously, how stupid do you have to be to make arguments like this?
Okay, let's go to your argument. There are many pyramids in Egypt. Conclusion, therefore someone made them. Why, according to you, this is not a scientific theory? Because that there are many pyramids in Egypt is an established fact, empirical fact. Okay? So, this is an established empirical fact. What is science? A rigorous investigation of the physical world. Are pyramids part of the physical world? Yes. What if these pyramids were in another planet? Do we need science then? Yes, we do. We need telescopes to go with a spacecraft to the other planet. We need to investigate whether these pyramids might have been formed naturally, all these kind of things. In a previous video I responded to you, I said, if you can remember, unless an argument is a mathematical equation, I said, if you remember, then it has premises that needs investigation. Did I say that? Yes, I did. So, unless an argument is a mathematical equation, 1 plus 4 equals 5, all the rest arguments have premises that need some investigation. So, if we know something for sure, because we travel to Egypt all the time, that doesn't mean it's beyond science. That just means that we know. We don't need science in this case. We know. Okay. There are empirical evidence and there are logical evidence. Your sound argument with true premises that you will keep saying requires both empirical and logical evidence. Okay. So unless now you will say that I didn't mention a sound argument and everybody will just conclude that you are insane, I won this argument also. Simply because everything in empirical evidence includes science. Episteme. Episteme is the investigation of the physical world.
I already said scientific theories are theories that can make prediction and falsifiable, peer-reviewed, etc. Just because something has true premises and a logically sound conclusion doesn't mean it's science, you idiot.
You have a very narrow view of science. Science means episteme. Greeks made science. Episteme, my friend, that's why you are confused, my friend, because the English word science, when you say science, you imagine something in the lab, like you are doing chemistry. In Greek, science is episteme. Epistemology. Okay, episteme encompasses everything of the empirical world, of the natural world, everything. Okay, psychology is episteme. Everything is episteme. Okay, even a person that makes bread might use episteme. Okay, that's why you are confused, my friend. But I'm Greek, so I can understand words. Okay? Don't be arrogant, my friend. You only embarrass yourself. Okay? We have two kinds of evidence, empirical and logical. Everything related to empirical, there is an episteme that handles everything. There is an episteme, even for the bread, for everything. Okay, So, because you hear science in the English sense, and you conclude it's something in the lab doing chemistry, you think that science is very narrow. No, episteme encompasses everything. Okay, please continue. But let's address your argument in the context of what you meant, not objectively. You gave a definition of a scientific theory as a theory that can make predictions, are falsifiable and peer-reviewed. A serious investigation of our empirical evidence, in other words. Then you claim that has no difference with a sound logic with true premises. How you establish true premises? A serious investigation and therefore science. The pyramids make predictions, are falsifiable and peer-reviewed. When you say a sound argument, you accept the value of science, which is a serious investigation for true premises. I already said that in my other videos. Okay, we are going in cycles. The minute you accept sound logic that includes true premises, you already accepted the value of science, Islamic defense. You already admitted you were wrong. I have seen Muslims like Imran Hussein and Hamza Miat making the argument, how you know you had a grandmother? You don't use science for that, implying that not only science can lead us to truth. It's also other types of empirical evidence that lead us to truth. Okay, we accept that. Science is the most reliable way to truth, not the only way to truth. Luck can also lead us to truth. Even luck can lead us to truth. That doesn't mean science is like a theory based on luck. Scientific theories are more reliable than theories in the everyday sense of the word. And that's exactly the point of the Royal Institution. It might deal with absolute because we know many scientific conclusions are true. So what? Still, science does deal with absolutes. Even if we know that some things are true, again, we don't know. We are not certain.
So this guy thinks, if one scientific theory is proven false, that means other scientific theory can never be absolutely true. What kind of logic is this? Just because one scientific theory is false doesn't mean all other scientific theories can never be absolutely true. This is a logical fallacy known as hasty generalization fallacy, which is why I didn't make this argument. If one scientific theory is false, that only means that one particular theory is false. It doesn't say anything about other theories. I think Soggy is misunderstanding my original argument, so let me explain in plain terms.
Science doesn't deal with absolutes. Carve this statement in stone. Let me repeat that. Science doesn't deal with absolutes. You can carve this statement in stone. There isn't sometimes it deals with absolutes. Okay, science doesn't deal with absolutes. Let me explain why. Because everything can be changed, even the most certain things. That's why scientists use the word theory and not fact. Okay, that's why scientists use the word theory, which is relevant to our video. Now you know why science used the word theory and young earth creationists got confused. Because science doesn't deal with absolutes. Even the most certain stuff, like the earth is round, is not an absolute. Okay, according to the holographic universe, the earth might not be round. Even the most certain things, my friend. Relativity, Einstein. People thought that time was an absolute. No, it wasn't. Okay, so we don't have absolutes in science. Science only deals with probabilities. It's not sometimes absolute, sometimes it's not absolute, sometimes. Okay, you are definitely wrong in this one. Okay, you think that science sometimes deals with absolutes. That's wrong, my friend. Okay, so you are wrong in this one. Okay, let's continue.
In the video of Royal Institution they claimed that a theory that has evidence, predictability, and falsifiability is better than theories that doesn't have them. This was their claim. My original argument was about refuting their claim that any theory that has evidence, predictability, and falsifiability is better than other theories.
You said a sound argument with true premises is as reliable as a scientific theory, if not more. This is what you said. And then I said, how you establish true premises? Science. True premises are related to the physical world. An internally consistent logical argument is not true unless it relates to the environment. So, I clearly won without a shadow of a doubt every argument in our first exchange. I will now respond to another video you made and see if you have better luck this time. See you. In this video, I bolstered how good I am in philosophy and I was arrogant and so all these kind of things. Okay. Who are the people that I am afraid? And I feel humbled. Who are the people? The people who are good in science, like Johann Ratz, the Christian, and is inspiring philosophy. Okay, that's a testament of how strong is science. Okay, philosophy is minds. Okay, so Socrates' son is arrogant. Oh, philosophy, philosophy. Then comes episteme and humbles Socrates' son and every other philosopher. Okay, that's how strong is science. Okay, thank you very much.